Garzeda stared at the sunbeams as they illuminated the cliffside. His eyes were watering, and not just from the sun's rays.
When we were kids, we made a promise. Once I became a proper jeweler, I'd share my most treasured secret with her. Cowardly, yes, but that was the only way I could tell her how I felt.
It all made sense now. His deepest, darkest regret was putting off telling her what was in his heart for so long.
We made that promise ages ago. I wouldn't have been surprised if she forgot all about it.
Garzeda paused, as if remembering something. He lifted his gaze to the sky, then continued.
Oh, right. I have to go back to the mines in Tempeal. There are keepsakes of hers there. I don't think she can move on without them.
I could tell how important this was to him. But when the people fled Tempeal, a horde of monsters moved right on in. Actually, forget the fiends. Garzeda wasn't in shape to go anywhere right now. What do these keepsakes look like? I can head to the mines and track him down for you. Considering his condition, I wasn't about to give him room to argue. Besides, I know all about not being able to share the important stuff with a loved one while there's still time. There's so much I didn't get to tell my family. Even now, thinking of our old house makes my heart ache something fierce. That day, there was no one to greet me when I opened the door. Seeing the cold remains of my home tore open a void in my heart. But you know what? I managed to keep going because my friends were there for me. This time it was my turn to support someone who needed it.
Oh shit, this guy's a sniper.
The keepsake should be somewhere around here. Might as well inspect the mine shafts as we go too.
Whoa! The place is crawling and
Got some
bubbling!
for you. Can't just let them run amok. Time to get to work. Step on it. Gotta be. That was too easy. They act like they own the place. Gotta beat up. Sorry. You're gonna have to Well, who invited you to the party? Now then, beat him down! Here comes trouble!
What do you think?
Carsada's counting on us to find those keepsakes. Watering can, a shovel? These are the keepsakes.
Huh? Did you hear that? Whoa! More goblins!
Got something
And look
for
at
you.
the size of that
That butters my biscuit.
This should do it!
We're in sync. We got the big one. I think we can rest easy.
Great! Let's head back to town.
Yeesh, the place was crawling with goblins. Good thing we came instead of Carzada. Carzada said his friend loved flowers. Tempeal's soil was harsh and didn't lend itself to flora, but her dream was to grow a variety of flowers and let them bloom all over the land. Knowing how much her dream meant to her, Carzada wanted to bring her gardening tools back and place them in front of her grave. His hands were trembling when I passed them over.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
He was so choked with emotion that each word sounded pained, like thorns sticking in his throat. I kept my eyes on him. It felt like if I looked away for even a second, he'd fade into the great blue beyond. He was still grappling with his hurt. You wanted to say goodbye to her properly, right? Come on, I'll go with you. I slapped him on the shoulder, silently willing him to pull himself together.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Carzada hugged the tools tightly against his chest, his teeth biting down hard on his lip. It broke my heart, seeing someone so young deal with such overwhelming tragedy. The least I could do was help him see this through.
Skyfarers, we need your aid! Goblins! Goblins in Tempeal!
We were at the dock in Folka, taking care of landing procedures, when a panicked old merchant rushed toward us. In between his wheezing, he explained that a shipment of relief supplies headed for Tempeal had been intercepted by monsters. Tempeal reminded me of Id and how he had totally beat our butts. It was embarrassing, yeah, but what's worse, it reminded me of losing Lyria.
Tempeal, huh? Maybe this time around I can actually help out.
That wasn't Vern's usual peppy tone. He was probably reliving those bad memories, just like me. I guess after you've spent as much time together as we have, you pretty much share a brain. It wasn't going to be a fun journey to Tempeal for either of us. But we were Skyfarers, and desperate times called for brave faces. Anyway, goblins. Smart. Fast. That meant we wouldn't have the luxury of time. We needed to throw together the minimum amount of supplies needed for the journey and head out. I turned to Vern so we could discuss game plans, but then I saw his ears were droopy.
If we're fighting goblins, then we should have them licked by lunch.
Something was wrong, but with the hasty flight preparations, I couldn't spare the few minutes to investigate. Pull through it, Vern, I thought. We need you. A little less than an hour later, it was time to depart. But Vern was nowhere to be found.
Hurry, Skyfarers! We can't waste another second!
The later we got there, the more supplies would be stolen or destroyed. This could add up to weeks or even months of delay in Tempeal's restoration. Vern, I hope you're okay, bud. I was worried out of my mind, but a captain's gotta do what a captain's gotta do. I left a message for Vern with the merchant, and we set out.
Goblins? I can't even fight stinking goblins! What good am I? Just a scaredy lizard who brings everybody down. Man. If only I was more like my pal, swinging swords and shooting spells. Then I'd finally be able to help out. Maybe I could have stopped Avia from taking Lyria. Maybe I could have done something. How do you live the skyfaring life without combat skills? Heck, I can't even blow sparks, much less fire. What kind of dragon can't breathe fire? Ha! I tell everybody I'm a cool dragon, but I'm just a faker.
You are unworthy.
You were right, Ed. I'm not worthy. Not worthy of being in the crew. Not worthy of being the captain's best bud.
Oh, finally, here you are. I was looking everywhere for you.
Uh-huh. What did this old dude want with me?
Your captain left you a message. The crew's gone on ahead, but as an indispensable member of the Grand Cipher, they want you with them as soon as possible. And that's an order.
Indispensable? That meant like VIP, right? Me? For a second there, I was about to blow it off. Like, yeah, right, my bud's just saying that. But then I remembered, this crew had always kept it real. No lies, no flattery. Yeah, we kicked butt because we believed in one another. These guys were my best friends. And maybe we weren't perfect. I mean, we lost to Id, but my bud put his captain boots on and got right back up and tried again. It was never about swords or magic. It was about always moving forward, never giving up. And more than anything, it was about being there for each other. What was I worrying about? Who cares if I couldn't fight? There are 1,000,002 ways to help on an adventure. I mean, you try questing without a cook or a healer.
Hello? Merchant of Vern, do you read me? If you're done daydreaming now, I've got a ship ready to go.
It was time to get a move on, or I wasn't worth my scales. Sorry, everybody. Your pal Vern is on his way.
There we go. Let's do it to it.
The supply should be this way. Let's move.
Uh-oh. Our potion stock's running low. We'll be okay against a few goblins, right?
Hopefully. Just don't overdo it. I'll do it! Sure hope Vern's okay.
He was really down, wasn't he? Poor Vern.
You can do it!
Get out of our way! We're in a hurry here!
I'll stick! This'll help a lot!
Damn, back for more. Right when we were about to cross the finish line.
I see people! Over there, by the supplies! We have to go help them!
What do you think? Don't play too hard now.
Folks doing okay?
Skyfarers, we're doing better now. We need these supplies to repair Tempeal.
Please, would you protect them? All right. Take cover, okay?
Ready for action! Let's patch you up! Beat him down!
Take my thorn.
Focus!
Now for ruin!
I think that was the last of them.
Thank you. You saved Tempeal's future.
Heads up, goblin reinforcements. Just don't quit.
Damn, Vern!
Took me forever to catch up.
Vern, was that an explosive? When did you get bombs?
Here come more of those stinking gobbles. Can you take them?
Fucking Vern just fucking airdrop bombs on those bitches.
How's this?
Gold blue. Fight hard.
Panacea!
Thank you.
Wyverns are coming from above. What's your
Those goblins managed to steal any more of the supplies, and the relief effort's good as done. No kidding. They've already hauled half our grain to higher ground.
Higher ground? Sounds like a job for a cool dragon.
That's a great idea, Vern. Put your wings to use.
Are you sure you can manage? What if the goblins spot you?
Piece of cake. I'll be back in 30 seconds or the money back.
I'll be back in 30 seconds or your money back. Look at Vern.
Gold blue. After me.
Understood.
We were
I'm doing the faded story
Much
stuff,
from my vessel.
where Vern was doubting himself and now he's rekindling his fighting spirit.
Armor break!
Here's the second punch.
Looking good.
Here,
Thank you.
I brought potion. Everyone feeling better?
Thanks, Vern. You're a lifesaver.
Those goblins are getting nasty. Don't fall for their
You can do
tricks.
it. How's this?
You take three.
I'm on it. Just like that.
War carries on.
Right.
Make a good
Ready to go.
Come and get it. What do you think?
Everyone okay? Close call.
Got 'em all back.
Go get 'em.
Stinking gobbles didn't get a single sack.
There we go.
It's over!
The enemy have started their retreat. I think the worst has passed.
Thanks to you Skyfarers, Tempeal's finally gonna be rebuilt. We owe you everything.
Vern was the real MVP.
Aw, shucks. I bet you say that to all your lifelong pals.
That worked out, somehow or other.
After we'd secured the supplies, Vern talked about how he didn't think he was good enough for the crew. Obviously, he was the only one that felt that way. I'd always appreciated his support. During fights, he was a supply runner, lookout, and cheerleader. And both on and off the battlefield, he was my courage. But even the best people, and dragons, get discouraged sometimes. I really should have been more vocal about my appreciation. I made sure he knows now. We won the day because he came flying to the rescue. Just like I knew he would.
I'll always be there for you, pal.
He was back to his old self, basking in the praise of the crew. Which caused his ego to swell like a balloon, but hey, who doesn't need a little confidence boost after a dip? And Vern, let me just say it now. I value you, and all the hard work you do. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Zega Grande, the Forgotten Skydom. As I gazed into its perennial blue, I reflected on my last time here, during my travels with him. My memories of this place were distant, yet unforgettable.
Have you been here before, Rosetta?
Hmm? Perhaps I have. Who can say? Eventually, I'll share my tales of the captain's father and our journey together. When the time is ripe, of course. But first, I would need to sort through my own emotions. It was here in these skies that we would eventually part. I know. In the eyes of eternity, our time together lasted no longer than a blink. Yet his impact on me felt nothing short of eternal. Indeed, it wasn't nostalgia that I felt upon revisiting these skies. Rather, it was the significance of this place and all that transpired here that weighed heavily upon my heart. During the war, primal beasts were exploited by the Astrals as instruments of battle. Withered and faded, one primal would eventually drift to Lumacier Archipelago, making a home for herself. Over time, she grew accustomed to the comforts of its forests and the serenity they offered. It was a far cry from the brutalities of war. Centuries would pass until a young man stumbled upon her domain, forever altering the course of her life. She engaged him in a vicious battle, but was ultimately humbled in defeat. Accepting her fate, she resigned herself to death. However, the man would sheathe his blade and, to her surprise, asked if she would join him on a journey across the skies. A primal beast was supposedly no more than an astral weapon. Beings born to be controlled, manipulated, and ill-used since time immemorial. She had never entertained the idea of something more. In fact, she hardly had a name for herself. Well, she did have a moniker, but it was a meaningless one, whose sole purpose was to identify her as a weapon. Perhaps out of pity, perhaps out of kindness, the man bestowed upon her a new name. It was from that moment she would truly blossom. Rosetta. It was his gift to her, one she would treasure and love for eternity. With every union comes an inevitable separation. When his journey neared its final chapters, as he took up arms against the god of destruction, I returned to the forests of Lumacier. After my return to the archipelago, I briefly longed for his companionship, but the flora and fauna kept me company. Decades came and went, and one day I would encounter yet another young visitor to the island. There was no mistaking it. This was his offspring. I realized at that very moment the time had come. He had entrusted this child to me from the ends of the skies. My heart swelled, but I concealed my excitement, flashing naught but a smile at the young captain. I would join the up-and-coming Skyfarer's crew on the Grand Cipher for another journey across the skies, this time as a bystander. During their travels, they would experience joys and triumphs, alongside loss and hardship. I continued to observe from afar, doing my best to obscure my true intentions. My roots were well planted in the past. Knowing what I knew, would I be able to act as a part of their crew in earnest? Before long, my ambivalence would come to a head. My convictions had begun to waver. Was this the right approach? Of course, I was conscious of reality. I knew their journey wouldn't be easy. They would have to face the harsh life the skies had in store for them. And with our foes only becoming more and more cumbersome even for myself, could I possibly protect them? My presence on the Grand Cipher was inconsequential, and at worst, a hindrance to the crew. I thought if I weren't here, the captain, EO, the entire crew would handle themselves just fine. Perhaps the time had come to retire to the forests once more. But as I was preparing to leave, EO grabbed my hand so sweetly, so innocently, and said she needed me to stay. I couldn't bring myself to abandon her. I would be the bystander no longer. Everyone in the crew had a role to play, and I would be the exception no more. Finally, I found my purpose. I was free to experience the skies once again, hand in hand with the captain. It wasn't duty or obligation that anchored me to this crew. It was love. And I promised to always protect them. I would leave no regrets in the skies. Thus, our journey continued. Only this time I felt that I was a true member of the Grand Cipher.
Call it a side effect of being a helmsman, but my ears tend to laser in on any talk of airships. Then again, damn near anybody could have heard this guy shouting.
No! No! You can't do this! She's still skyworthy! She can still fly!
The distraught man was making a scene outside. 3 seemingly unfazed onlookers surrounded him. Between all the belly aching, I pieced together the man's story. He was an engineer, was upset that an airship called the Nautilus was set to be decommissioned. His 3 friends, meanwhile, were telling him to see reason that an old ship like that would be more useful as scrap. Reminded me of the Port Breeze days, back when my own dreams seemed like unscalable walls. The 3 onlookers were a young helmsman, a young mechanic, and an older merchant. They presented a unified front against the engineer, countering each of his arguments threefold whenever he opened his mouth to protest. As much as I wanted to help the guy, the trio were speaking the truth. Repairing the damn thing would cost buckets of rupees, and you can't fix an airship on gumption alone. Trust me, I've tried. Them's the breaks, kid.
I turned to leave. None of my business, right? But dumb old me, I had to pause as my ears caught what he said next.
We made a pact, didn't we? Don't you remember? The Nautilus. You promised that we would take her to the skies.
He could barely hold it together. You could hear it in his voice, the desperation as he clung to a quickly fading dream. It was a feeling all too familiar to me.
I mean, sure, the Nautilus may be old, but she's got plenty of potential. She could easily outpace any other cargo ship in the fleet, at least 3 times faster.
Found the poor bastard blathering his woes at a tavern in Folca. The seat next to his happened to be conveniently open, so I took it. Without so much as asking my name, he launched into story after story. It was clear he still needed to vent. Apparently, he just recently started his career as an engineer. Planned on restoring the Nautilus. It would revitalize the local economy, help Folca this, assist Temple that. He went on and on. But I knew he wasn't going to feel better until he confronted the actual issue at hand. Don't get me wrong, I think it's great you want to help your home like this, but that's not the real reason you're upset, is it?
That obvious, huh? I, made a promise to my friends. One day we'd fly our beloved Nautilus across the skies together.
But the ship in question was long past its heyday and had deteriorated beyond the point of conventional repair. Time is a cruel but patient mistress, and among the original Nautilites, only Kent had yet to accept reality. After he finished his explanation, silence fell between us. Well, until another man frantically stumbled into the tavern. I'd seen him somewhere before. Oh yeah, one of the naysayers from earlier, the merchant.
Somebody help! Anybody! Monsters are ransacking my precious cargo!
I was torn. Do my civil duty as a skyfarer and save the cargo, or help this ass determined to crush the dreams of my newfound friend? So, I asked Kent.
What? Of course you should help him.
Not a moment's hesitation from the kid. I liked that. This would have been the perfect moment to ensure the continued survival of the Nautilus, at least in the short term. But despite that, Kent didn't think twice about helping his fellow man. Hell yeah, Kent. I'll see what I can do.
Well, another day, another dime.
According to the merchant, our destination should be around here. I just hope there's anything left to save. Let's get moving. Goblins? The hell are they doing here? Say we didn't warn you.
You're wrong now. A blue.
Rain hell on him! Hell yeah! Fire! That all? Take that! Come on! Go time! Got a bullet for you!
Not bad, if I say so myself. Now then, where were we? That must be the cargo we're looking for. Cargo's safe and sound. Maybe. Looks like it's been rummaged through.
Watch out, Rackham! We've got goblins and wyverns on our trail!
It'll take more than that to dupe us.
Crimson Cloak to my god.
Go get him! Go time!
You should.
What do you think?
Things are about to get dicey. Just don't let him get close to the cargo.
Catch this!
Little present for you!
Stay sharp, everybody!
Bet it all on the bullet! It's over!
What do you think? Take my phone.
Hot enough for you?
Crimson Bolt, a blue.
Oh, you're in for it! Bring out the big gun! It's go time! Come on! Beat it!
Gold blue.
That all?
Even the sweetest thing.
Looking good.
Take that! Don't let up!
Crimson Thorn.
Fire in the hole!
Play too hard now.
So the big shot finally decided to show up, huh?
Well, you're going down like the rest of them. Trigger fingers.
Reagan leg.
Take the heads up, people!
Gold blue.
Sucks to be you! Come on!
Looking good.
Showtime!
You monsters screwed up big time today, because you chose to mess with the best crew to ever cross these skies.
Ha! Another one bites the dust.
Oh, you're a lifesaver. How could I ever thank you?
You want to thank someone? Thank him. I gestured toward Kent. The man's face filled with shame as the irony dawned on him.
So it was you, huh? Hey, listen. I'm sorry about earlier. I could have heard you out.
After the merchant left, I wanted to focus on the next goal at hand. Putting some wind back in the Nautilus's sails. So I proceeded to do some intelligent and, dare I say, brilliant thinking on the topic when Kent asked what I was talking about. Whoops, must have been thinking out loud again. You just wait and see.
Stand
Yeah.
down.
Don't let anything get the step on me.
Out of my sight, be quick, or die!
Looks like they're coming for us. You ready?
A bloom for energy.
Succumb to fear.
Here goes.
Let's go.
Fear no darkness.
Oh, he's so beautiful.
Elegance
Uh-oh.
is all
This
about
guy looks strong. You better watch out.
and I will love
Attack! To us!
Eat this.
It's not yet time to pray.
What do you think?
When and where I please, thank you. Fine. Better act quick before they run.
Fence my will. Or break! Death!
Look alive. We've got company.
Let me try. A bloom for energy.
Meet your doom!
You want more? Don't.
There we go.
There.
Kneel! Make way, or die!
They're like blocking that. It's coming out of the air.
Uh-oh. This guy looks strong. You better watch
A
out.
rat, challenging a wolf.
Coming.
Blessing from your lord.
Music.
Spy. Better act quick before they run.
Or break!
Break the limit. Look alive. We've got company.
Welcome to my life.
Death!
Coming.
Fire. I think they're making a breakaway.
Make way, or die! Yield!
Uh-oh. This guy looks strong. You better watch out.
Meet your doom!
Spy. Better act quick before they run. Looking good so far. You
Grab them back!
look alive. We've got company.
Bend to my will, or break!
Oh, that was slick.
I will love you.
Scarlet Sword, heed my call!
There's still enemies left. If you can take them. Uh-oh. This guy looks strong. You better watch out.
Oh.
Hear me! Yield!
We're in the home stretch now. Keep it up. Spy. Better act quick before they run.
Oh.
That's one more quest
You
in
are
the
all
bag.
worthy vassals.
I love that move.
Over here. Infinite Wonder!
Whoa.
Who's my next big...
Come forth, if you've any courage left.
Damn. Lord of Crits, long distance runner, executioner. Dub S++. C? How the hell did you get a C? I got S++ during that. And you were the MVP. How does that make sense?
Set out. We can afford them.
There's enemies on the way! We can't let them trash the hallowed ground!
A bloom for end.
One more! There's one way down, but looks like there's still more of them. Looks like we've got guests. Go give them a big welcome.
It's over!
Come, Crimson Sword.
Bless
You want to be just like you.
My gorgeous
My
one.
call!
You already are?
Hey,
Level up.
watch out! Here they come!
Fear no back, knave!
You want more? Can't be
Death!
my God. Full bloom.
Meet your doom!
Care to join me?
Stand and face me.
Keep your wits about you.
Great!
Very well.
Want to get left behind? That's one way down, but looks like there's still more of them. They just keep coming, but we'll show them who's boss.
It's over! Make way or die!
A fighting far away.
Meet your doom!
My God. What do you think?
Christ.
Don't play too hard now.
Good work. Keep it up, and we'll finish the next wave in no time. This guy looks strong.
This
Better
battle
watch
is
out.
mine.
A bloom for end. Can't keep up.
Yield! Blessing from your lord! Death!
On your knees. Burn.
What do you think? Can't keep up.
It's over!
Full bloom.
Kneel!
Beautiful, aren't they?
Bend to my will, or break!
Bring it.
Come and get it.
Follow me.
If you insist.
Right behind you. Get ready for the next few enemies left. But you can take them.
Order me.
Back to the void!
You want more. Don't. There now.
Infinite Wonder.
On me!
Right away.
It's over!
What fearsome comrades are.
I adore you.
Did you like that?
Make way,
Can't keep
or
up.
die!
We're in the home stretch now. Keep it up.
Grab them back!
Succumb to fear.
There now.
It's over!
What do you think? No problem. Can't keep up. Welcome to my God.
Out of my sight!
On your
Right when it ends, I freaking get my ult.
Yeah. We did it!
Who the hell just killed
Meet
Jay?
your doom!
Child's play. The red sun shall set tonight.
I will love your tent, uproot her enemies.
Yield! Correct. Challenge. Excellent. Scarlet sword. Heed my call!
You made that look easy.
Day is ours.
I see.
Oh.
Day is ours.
I knew it was coming, but I thought we were gonna do it today, but we didn't.
Like
Bring in the whole
moths to the
circus,
flame.
huh? It's on your toes.
Well, that and we still need to download it.
Beautiful, aren't
Yeah.
they? You take
Destroy
the
them!
That's what
They
you
quit.
deserve for messing with
Die!
Rosetta.
Blessing
You
from
tell
your
them,
lord.
Io.
Come, here
Back,
goes.
knave!
What do you think? Shall we?
Bend
I
my
will
whip,
love
or seal their
you. You
fate.
take the lead.
It is not yet time to breathe.
I'll see when and where I please, thank you. Fight harder. Take them out. Fine. They're at quick before they run.
Succumb to fear.
This should do it.
Shall we?
Prisoners.
Suffer!
We were in perfect sync.
I must agree.
Yes, very well done.
Scarlet sword.
Heed my attack!
I'll get him.
You have
Who
my
else?
Tide is with us.
Did you expect any less?
great blooms
Yield!
beautiful, aren't
Correct. Challenging a wolf.
Fear no darkness!
I will love you, Ted. Welcome to my Come, bring there now. Come here.
Fine. Better act quick before they run.
Keep up.
What's doing?
While the jars are trying to run.
Kneel!
Bend to my whip.
Beautiful.
Back, knave!
Shall we?
Fall!
We've still got a ways to
Blessing
go.
from your...
Who do you think you're commanding?
I'm always ready to go.
There.
Of course.
Nice teamwork!
You said.
Absolutely.
You pissed me off!
Couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah, that was great!
Shield!
I will
Looking
love
good so far! You've got this!
Understood.
The time is right.
Never mind.
Perfect sync.
There.
Make way or die! Stand and face me.
Keep it up, guys!
Right.
Very well.
A bloom for Elsie.
Bring it!
Kneel!
Few enemies left, but you can take them!
Frozen solid.
What do you think?
Despair. This ground shall be your time. Return to the abyss!
Holy shit.
We make us right! Better act quick before they run!
There.
Scarlet Sword. Heed my now!
We're in the home stretch now! Keep it
I
up!
didn't know, but why didn't none of the others join in on my attack?
Let's keep it up.
Nice and hard to move, huh?
Grab them back! I'll take
Let's go, our best!
Sunlight is
I don't have my switches. Back it up.
That's one more quest in the bag!
succumb to fear.
Come on, our best! Feel the flame!
Yeah, his normal attack would have been like 3 rings of fire, just constantly burning in one spot. But
Easy
I traded
victory.
that out for the black flames of fear. It causes them to petrify. Thought it would be better. How the fuck did I get MVP? Damn. I did not think I would ever get MVP.